Pam Jahnke is in the studio today. Great to see you again.
Guys, how are we doing?
Good to see you.
270-9933,
We're
the number to
taking
call.
your calls today, and you brought a little photo album from the Dane County Fair.
I thought I might. You know, the Dane County Fair contracted a little bit this year, so it was a Thursday through Sunday fair, and I thought I'd show you how well people responded to the adjusted schedule. Friday night, we had our used livestock auction, and you know, you worry that some business folks won't want to take a Friday night to continue working, so to speak, but this was just an excellent sale. Always so proud of these kids and what they do, and like I said, very proud of all the folks that were in the audience to make sure that we finished up on time and with real good solid bids. Then Saturday was my 15th annual Farm Bay Boogie Tractor Parade, and Suze, you and I have talked before about how you know, it's not about the tractors, it's a wonderful camaraderie with my buddies, but really it's about the little pea pods that just show up. Those tractors are like magnets, and they just anything with a steering wheel, somebody said, and I agree. But you know, we were only out there for about an hour and a half, and I want to thank the 16 tractor drivers that came in. It's all on their own time, no money, no nothing, but when you see those kids, and I had a lot of parents that thanked us for doing it, and a lot of parents that said, reminds me of my dad, or reminds me of my grandpa. I had to call Pa Jahnke while I was riding on my Case 500, let him know that it still sounded so good.
That is a great picture, Pam. Look at you. That's terrific.
And where does that tractor live the rest of the year?
Baraboo. My buddies at Luther Farms up in Baraboo.
And they haul it down for you?
Yep, they run it around for me.
And then Rock County Fair starts tomorrow?
Yeah, Columbia County Fair up in Portage, too. So we're in the throes of County Fair season. So please, this weather is going to be fantastic. Yeah. Please get out there and enjoy.
Usually the Dane County Fair, yeah.
Or it rains. This year we had a little bit of both, but Saturday was gorgeous. So.
All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Marianne in Columbia County. Hi, Marianne.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I was wondering if it's legal to have air cannons blowing at night.
For what?
For what?
Well, we think it's some farmer is trying to scare away the animals.
Well, it could be farmers. The DNR has employed some of those kind of sound explosion kind of things to move Canada geese along or something like that. I guess what I'd suggest to you, kiddo, is check in with your local law enforcement officers, call the county cops, or even DNR warden may be able to explain a little bit more, and you might want to give them a little bit of a geography lesson on where those sounds are coming from and at what time. You know, it is July still. I'm not saying that there couldn't be some of my country cousins out there that are still going through some fireworks or something like that. Yeah, I'm not saying, but like I said, if you're curious about that, talk to law enforcement. Just give them a buzz, and when they're driving through, they might be able to pick it up if it's something at a specific time.
You know, tariffs still making headlines. Yeah. Are they having an effect on Wisconsin farmers?
Every day. Every day. The thing that we're watching right now is the percentage. Right now, the United States is about the cheapest grain that you can find in the world, and that's really where we're concentrating a lot of our tariff attention. So we've probably lost in the neighborhood of 40 to 50% on our growth on soybeans. You know, when I was planting beans this spring, I sold them at about $9.70. I couldn't get $7.50 now if I had to. So that gives you a really sharp contrast in how quickly we can lose margins. The thing we're waiting on right now is to see what's going to happen with dairy. We know that Mexico and Canada are not necessarily excited about accepting any of our dairy, and a lot of our U.S. Wisconsin-specific specialty cheeses finds those markets most lucrative. So I haven't yet heard anybody squealing about the pain that it's causing them, but again, when it went into effect about the 6th of July, we're still just trying to figure out. And remember, some of these guys bought a lot of volume of U.S. corn, soybeans, wheat, and dairy before the tariffs kicked in, and so now they'll just feed it out of their warehouses or their supply system.
So the stream is sort of starting, and we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
How are milk prices right now?
No change, really no change. And I just had another milk production report this morning that showed Wisconsin was up about 1% in the month of June, 2.65 billion pounds of milk. And the thing is, we're doing it with 4,000 fewer cows than we had a year ago. But every one of the cows we've got in Wisconsin's producing about 30 pounds of milk more this year than she did last year. And that is a real testament not only to the genetics that we've got on our Wisconsin dairies, but the way that those farmers take care of those cows, especially with the heat that we've had and the erratic weather. They're doing everything right.
Just too productive. Well,
can't tell them to shut it off.
This is what happens now. Every line is blinking, and we're out of time.
That's all right. Stay on the line. I'll run into the newsroom and answer the questions.
All right. Yeah.
Just hang on.
All right. Thank you, Pam.
Thanks for doing that, Pam. Good to see you.
No sweat, guys.
All right.
Take it easy.
We'll have a final check of your forecast next.